to get pieces of pussy. How many babies you think was made from all them years? And they were pushing out brown babies with woolly hair, brother.
Like Creole.
Right? But some may come out light skinned, but they're the ones who came out darker than you, with hair like you, came out looking like their mama. She get it from a mama. So what was that child? So just because somebody walk up here and they brown skin don't mean they're Israelite, man. You got to get over that bullshit, man. So and I've seen plenty of white people that I know were Israelites, man. And when he said that we the salt of the earth, man, because I'm gonna tell you right now, do you know anything about boxing, kickboxing?
Yeah.
The best people at it are who?
Black.
And you know why? Well, not just them. Well, if you want to say blacks being Jacob Black, okay, fine. But the tribes, man. At combat sports, there's nobody better than the Israelites, man. The so-called, it's just like when you go back to boxing.
Like
the Negroes, right, they like Jakes, that. Man. He Northern Kingdom. All right, so when you go to boxing, who dominated the heavyweights forever? Judah. Who dominated all the lightweights? Ephraim and Issachar, Manasseh. Exactly. So now with that in mind, man, and understanding that, and I do that. I used to do that I still do it for a living. That's what I should do: teach and work with fighters, man. And you can tell, in a white guy's rhythm is different from Jake's rhythm, man. All right. And so when you got a white guy that can move like Jake, that can do what Jake do, he ain't no white guy.
That's
I train too many white guys. I know. All right? Even the way they fight, when they grapple, when they wrestle, everything that they do, man. So you got to get off that color shit, man. It ain't about color. It's about seed lines. Does the scriptures not say? Get Tobit, the 13th chapter, man. I bring that scripture out almost every week, man. We got scattered among all nations, bro.
I brought it up, brother, because again, I heard the elders of Tahar saying that because you have a little swag, can make you Jake. You just can't go based, like you said in the beginning. You got to go based on that's an opinion. And
you missed the point. That's a true statement that he made. The thing is, it don't fucking matter, because you don't get in this truth, you're gonna be destroyed any fucking way. So what matters is the fact that your spirit lines up with this spirit. The only thing is that he was giving an example that the masses can relate to. All right, because you saying a motherfucking move like that, that's a nigga.
Ain't no white guy gonna do that, man.
It's just that simple.
All right? They ain't gonna do it, man. You see somebody that's crossing it up, breaking food ankles and spinning backwards, going over their back.
Jason Williams.
Hold on, Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete invented the fucking flashing passing. Ain't no way in hell that's a cracker. The nigga was too cold.
Jake is a form of all things.
Yep.
That's the whole point.
Come on, man.
Yeah, check out Jason Williams, man.
Right, Jason. Right. Obi had his back with the elbow.
Too much salt.
Niggas was doing that shit.
Well, his name was White Chocolate.
Come on, man.
That's too much salt, man.
That's only examples of people can relate to. Because really, that doesn't fucking matter.
Because them niggas gonna die.
Exactly.
He gonna separate anyway.
Exactly. It's about getting his truth. This is we still got the Exodus 12.
Yeah, and those only use as points, man.
Right.
And then and often if you see us teaching and somebody come up and from visually they look like an Edomite, and we say now you more than likely you're Israelite. All right. If they are, if they not, it don't really matter, man.
Right.
It's all gonna be sorted out in the end anyway.
Sorted out in the end, right?
Because what we do is, even that look like a cracker, we make sure we get a confirmation Esau. They stand there, still take it. We make sure we explain the blessings for Israel.
Right.
They still say they can take it and they get right, like this brother. I remember the first time he came up with that big ass pit bull. I'm like, this racist ass dog finna attack us. This motherfucker got it. He stood there all that time, listened, got right. Turns out he was incorrect. He wasn't even a cracker, man. And I look at him like, he don't even look like a cracker, really. I would just.
He never looked like one to me.
Right.
But
He don't even look like a cracker.
But anyway.
He doesn't. Shit, he don't like it. This is and we still got we got 3 more. Yeah, I got something.
Yeah, because
I still got this one.
I want to shoot out a little bit.
Okay, I'll bring that Tobit.
Y'all got shot. It's Tobit 13:3. Confessing before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he hath scattered us among them.
And it's the other way. He scattered us among them. So when you go back to that owner of that Angola plantation, all right, and he was buying 500 women at a time, man. This dude had thousands and thousands of slaves, and his female slaves were being forced to have sex with white slave owners, man. And so how many babies you think came out of that? So how many? Right, and then those brown-skinned babies mixed right in with the rest of the population. So guess what? It's a whole lot of black motherfuckers that ain't got no rhythm. We saw one walk by today in them crazy ass boots.
He in there fucking tear.
He looking at him, that's a damn tear, man. Just like that girl was. I'm looking at her and the other two girls, you know how Jake be, they neck be moving and they was all into it and they were going back and forth with the scripture and she was standing in the back. It's like every time the scriptures would come out, she got poked again because she was getting cut by the scriptures. Why? Because especially when it came out, you or whatever your father is, ain't no such thing as being mixed. So right then and there, she shut down. And she was like, she stood way off. She was like way over here on her cell phone, like with y'all. But they was into it because it was their heritage. And it wasn't hers, but she looked just like one of them. Turns out her father was a damn Israeli. There it is. So there's a whole lot of, for all you black power Israelites out there, there's a whole lot of black motherfuckers running around that ain't Israel. Bill Clinton's son, and how many kids he got now? And Bill Clinton being full of shit like he is, he's the one that pushed them child support laws to be the way they are in America now, man. He did that. Well, these women could just get over on you and every damn body else, man. Right? Well, they could just ruin your whole life, man. Say you the father, you ain't even the father. And in some cases, they get proven you not the father, and they still make you pay. All right? They're doing that. Bill Clinton set that up, but he ain't paid a dime for that young man, though. And now that young man that made all kind of babies, and from what I heard, one of them is super dark. And guess what? They all fucking tears.
Tears.
They tears. Get the go to Matthew the 25th chapter. Go to right to verse 31, man. About to read the tears.
The reason why I brought that up because basically, if you say, well, just because a person has swag or they say something like this, or like Justin Bieber, he can dance, you know what I'm saying? You giving him credit, it's almost like superficial. That's why I brought that up.
Well, it ain't saving him.
You can't
It doesn't matter.
to give him credit.
And actually, you know, Justin Bieber, I really ain't paid well enough attention to him to really have a decision on him per se. But if somebody was to tell me that Justin Timberlake is an Edomite, I'll tell you a lot. That dude's a J.
Justin Timberlake's a guy.
That nigga's a J.
That's a nigga, man.
All right, and his wife might be one too with her friend. Go ahead, read that scripture, bro.
This is back in Matthew 25 and 31. When the Son of Man shall come in glory, in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. 25, 30.
Okay, come.
31. Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats.
Right? All right, so he's separating all the nations right there. He's not bringing them together. So these people think that everybody can save and all. That's in the New Testament, man. He's separating the nations in the end. When he comes, this links right up with Book of Revelation. We're going to keep teaching, brother.
Two straight, Bible shot, real quick.
But hit the
Right, this is Exodus 12th chapter. I'm going to start with 40. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. All right? And it came to pass at the end of 430 years, even the self-same day that the host of the Lord went out of the land of Egypt. All right?
They don't care.
42, it says, in the night to be much observed of Yahweh for the bringing of them out of the land of Egypt, that in the night of Yahweh to be observed for all the children of Israel and their generations. And Yahweh said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover, there shall no stranger eat thereof. But every man's servant which is bought from money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof.
So if you read that, you think it's talking about a heathen, right? No, because remember, Israelites went to slavery amongst each other. It was lawful, and there was a price to redeem Israelites out of slavery. Israelites had other Israelite servants, I should say. Slaves did serve in Israel. We had a land. Let's talk about the future. We're going to get this, but if you go to Exodus, the 21st chapter, it tells you what's the price to redeem. Say you got a female Israelite servant or a male servant. It gives the price. When you get the chance to look it up, just type in search for price of redemption or redeem. Type in redeem. Keep going. going. It's going.
Yeah.
They ain't talking about foreign either. Go ahead.
It says, verse 44, but every man's servant that is bought with money,
That motherfucker's an Israelite.
then shall he eat thereof.
Right, well, that's the same stranger book. That's strange. That's okay, go ahead.
That motherfucker was an
A
Israelite.
foreigner
Yeah, we talked to him before.
and a hired servant shall not eat thereof.
So an actual, so is that a contradiction right there? So what is it? It's two separate things right there.
I got you.
But I got
Matter of fact, I'm gonna go and
I got a home
read
run
that
for you.
Exodus for myself.
And then,
You gotta hit this grand slam.
and then when you read Ephesians, what's that, 2 and 12, it says what? They were strangers to the covenant. So that's why they were strangers, man, because why they were strangers to the covenants, to the law, statutes, and the commandments of the Heavenly Father, you know?
Right, that's in the New Testament.
This the whole.
But he called them strangers.
1 Corinthians 11, and I'm gonna just start at 25. Now this is talking about the Passover and the Last Supper that Yahushua had. 1 Corinthians 11, 25. After the same manner, also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, "This cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye as often as ye drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as you eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. Wherefore whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord." All right, so they'll be guilty unworthy. They unworthy to eat this, man. So they couldn't even keep the Passover. If they can keep the Passover, that mean they can get to this doctrine. That mean they can come and serve Yahushua.
I mean, they can get salvation.
Right.
Right. That's why they do everything on off days, and like them fake Jews, man. They're Talmudists, man. And the Bible is on the front. Call themselves keeping. Then they change the names of everything. Yom Kippur, Hanukkah. You know, they change the names of all things, and they don't keep things the way we do it. Matter of fact, even a menorah has 9 candles on it.
Right.
They use a 9 candlestick menorah, man.
Completely contrary.
So they right. So it's all a fake because these stupid people have accepted, and mainly only other white people. But the nations of the world, in this day and age now, man, most people, even white people, know that the Jewish people over in Israel are not the Israelites, man. You got white people making videos going in on them all the time. There's some chick named Bella Bell or Bella Fire or whatever her name is. All she do is make videos about the Israelis being imposters and that they're not Israelites. Her whole page and channel was set up.
Say that's a whole doctrine.
She's an Edomite herself. And all she does is prove over and over, even though she bugged out, talking about CERN and they opening up a gate to bring demons through to fight the angels. But she keeps pointing out that those people are not the people of the Lord.
And that's very important. They got a lot of different books too, man.
Read out loud. It's Exodus 21. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them if thou buy an Hebrew servant. 6 years he shall serve, and the 7th he shall go free without nothing. That's showing you that you got Hebrew servants.
Right. So basically that was giving a prophecy about the law in the future.
Right, because and also just like
set up in the land, you know what I'm saying, we follow laws, this is how we gotta operate.
Right, because also just like Solomon even prophesied about these got scattered abroad. Moses knew that. The Lord told Moses, he gave him Deuteronomy 28, said, if this happens, then he said, surely when you die, these people, this was what's going to happen. So the Lord already said it was going to become strangers back then. So he gave the law for it. Even till where it says if we was in a far land and we had to take a journey to get to the land for the Passover, we couldn't do it that month. We would do it the following month. The Lord said the law covers every basis. It tells what happened in case this happens. All right, so like remember when we got our captivity, Babylonian captivity, and Nehemiah, you had Israelites that come, they didn't have records to show what tribe they belonged to.
Right.
They weren't counted as a tribe, they were called strangers. But they were indeed Israelites. They were counted as strangers because they didn't have a priest example was doing yet to show they was indeed of the Levite tribe.
So we're not, that's what I was asking you about.
Get Obadiah.
So next we say, hey man, they got the trees of the ball or not. That was the inside joke that we were laughing about. Because they said,
now when you stand on the side of your neighbor because your brother became a stranger.
Right?
I think there's 11 or 10 or
Right, because there's people, they can't use it.
This is Obadiah 1 and 11.
Hey, blocking the
I
sign.
got to start at 10 so you get the basics. All right. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame should cover thee, and thou should be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away the captives of his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast Verse 12. But thou shalt not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger.
Right, so strangers, they called them strangers and foreigners. It's like in Exodus 12, they was called foreigners and servants, hired servants, to make sure you understood the separation. And the very next verse, it said Israel right there became strangers themselves. So he was all, you know, that's how.
Ways of the heathen, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Gentiles.
Hosea 8 and 8. Hosea 8 and 8.
Hold that. Go to Deuteronomy 28:64.
This is Hosea, 8th chapter, 8th verse.
You're Romans 9.
All right, this is Hosea 8 and 8. Israel swallowed up. Now, Hosea 8 and 8. Israel is swallowed up. Now should they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure.
Right. Israel swallowed up, man. Israel became as heathens. In fact, the brother mentioned Ephesians, the 2nd chapter, and it tells you that Israel was counted strangers because they forsook the circumcision by hand. The actual circumcision. Now get the first Maccabees.
All the people before the end of the earth.
Okay, come.
Yep.
And that's where
This is
Because when you read in Genesis, when he gave the covenant to Abraham, he said if whoever would not keep the circumcision, he should be cut off from his people. Let's say he should be let's say he should die, say he would not be counted as an Israelite. He should be cut off from his people. He's going on counted as an Israelite. Now granted, he'd be more likely killed anyway, but we're going to kill him off. He wasn't counted as an Israelite no more. Go ahead.
This is Maccabees, 1st chapter, 10th verse. And there came out a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been a hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days went there out Israel, wicked men, persuading many, saying, let us go make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. Since we departed from them which had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. The certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathens, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the...
Right, so they made a covenant with the heathens to be called the heathens, all right, uncircumcised. They said make themselves circumcised. Now you know that's a natural process. They do in America, it's not doing the sun, they're doing the same thing. Well, you can actually uncircumcise yourself. They got two different things. They can surgically do it, or they got a process. All it takes is pulling your skin back over the tip of your dick. That's these motherfuckers was on.
They clean country.
Right, they uncircumcised themselves. That's what niggas doing that. Niggas decided to call themselves Greeks. So they was counted as heathens. You know?
And on another note, this is also one of the reasons why they removed this book, man. Right? That's the book. That's the history of the third kingdom, man. Because you will have the first kingdom, Babylon, the major kingdom, Babylonian. Next was the Persian Medes, and this is all Daniel's vision. The third kingdom being the kingdom of the Greeks. But in the church doctrine, right, and even some Israelite doctrines, that's why you got Israelites that think that Japhet is the so-called white man. Bringing on the whole confusion about everything, including strength. Because you go from the first kingdom to the second kingdom to the fourth kingdom. And they skip the third kingdom, man. You go right to Rome. And all of a sudden you're reading all this stuff. This is a big chunk of the book, man.
Yep.
All right? So he breaking down strangers in that. He came in the volume of the book.
Volume of the book. Right?
Volume of the
Old Testament and New Testament.
Yeah, the book of Maccabees is supposed to be right after Malachi. Book of Maccabees is supposed to be right after Malachi.
Right. Yep. The Hasmonean dynasty. Now check it out. Y'all did give me understanding and access on the strangers. You know what I'm saying? As far as the Old Testament. Because again, like the brother was saying, thanks for that correction. You know what I'm saying? You taught me something today. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew about the strangers. You know, I knew about Obadiah. I knew about Ephesians. You know, we was called Gentiles, bow down, dumb idols. You know, but as far as the strangers in the Old Testament, that was something that y'all now kind of brought me into the light about. I appreciate it, man. I I appreciate it. I got to run, brothers. I appreciate talking to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, thanks for the application.
You understand? Only Israel can receive salvation.
Right. Right. Now, again, but I'm going to go and I'm searching for myself again. I'm studying.